We're also, do I think this character's OP? We're also in, like, Ascension 0, so I think we could win handily regardless of what
I don't think we got a lucky roll. I think it's just really easy on 0 Ascension.
Yeah. I do want to fight this elite, though, because if
I don't like to fight in Act 2.
But, like, I do
but we're not fighting in Act 2 elite, we're fighting one of the champs, so... Yeah, that seems fine.
Also, like, 2 out of the 3 elites in Act 2 have, like, multi-attacks. There's, like, Book of Stabbing and Gremlin Leader, and we're a Thorns deck.
Yep. Seems fine. Yeah, let's do it.
So, do we want to put the gem in roll attack?
The Amethyst, Emmy's Lucy. Yeah, that seems fine. Because when you roll attack, you're going into defense mode, so having the Amethyst to make them lose 2 strength is even better. I think.
I think that's fine, yeah. That's a neat mechanic. I like that. What does upgrading this do? It has 3 sockets. Okay.
My word.
This one is 3 thorns permanently and 14 block. They forgot to... Or no, 14 brace. They forgot to make this number green. This is 10 to 14. It's not green.
Huh.
This one's just 4 damage. Increasing the scaling on Stasis Field. I kind of like increasing the scaling on Stasis Field so that we can harden more often. Because this requires 20 block, and there were turns last fight where we weren't hitting that.
I don't mind turning harden on. Man, we gotta find... the card Barricade.
Yeah, because we're not even playing on an Ascension level. This is just like regular Slay the Spire with no Ascension. And then Ascension 1 is like the first Ascension level. But there's no like Ascension 0 number. Do we hit the shop, or do we hit this question and go to this shop? I want to go to this shop.
Yeah, that seems fine. Question mark block, baby.
Questions are also more fun.
I bought a Juzu bracelet in a shop today on a run I won. It felt real bad buying an Act 3 Juzu bracelet, but...
We can use our Omamori. Obtain a relic. Or we can just punch him.
Wait, what is that curse?
Pride.
At the end of your turn, put a copy of this card on top of your draw pile. Oh, that's kind of... That's a really nasty curse. Yeah. Wow.
This is...
Let's just Omamori it away. I don't really care about taking 16 damage to the face right now.
I agree. So fun fact about this curse, it's actually in the main game. This isn't like a downfall.
Oh, what, really? I've never seen that before.
It's only in like the endless mode and like the weird custom modes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this curse is actually in the main game. I think it does something slightly different, but I know Pride as a curse is in the main game. It's like I've seen it before. Although we could take the 85 souls, go plus 300, and then we have a shop right here. And we could save the Omamori for something later.
Okay. But I mean, what are you going to buy in the shop?
Kill him? We kill him? I didn't want to kill him. I said punch him.
He's pleading.
You kill a man and really harvest his soul. Gasps come from the crowd behind you. He just killed Burgundy, a figure says, as more and more beggars, just like the one you counter, begin to approach you. You escape without some claws and bites.
Well, that was the damage we took.
Ooh.
Broken wing statue. Is that a thing?
I guess we would require, like, the cultist mask? If we got the cultist mask from, like, the face seller, that's what I am guessing. A long line of cathedrals. The moment you enter the cathedral, they turn to
cultist potion.
That's a real potion. That's the one.
No, I know what it is, but like it's weird. I've never seen that in this.
No, this is definitely a modded part.
I like Red Dagger, especially because we don't have a ton of damage cards.
I think you're right.
Red Dagger is just really solid.
I think this is fine.
And 6 HP, like, seems pretty trivial.
Yeah, I think we can use a Ritual Dagger, especially when we're scaling block a lot already. Eyeing a dangerous-looking weapon lying on an altar, you cut through the line of cultists and simply take your prize. We are quickly surrounded by caw-caw! Caw-caw! The cultists draw their own daggers, slicing and slashing as you push through them to exit the building. We just killed an innocent guy, and now we grabbed...
Yeah, and then we fought some not innocent cultists.
Alright, so our thorns...
You can call us Flavor Aid the way we just killed a cultist.
God, your bit on Flavor Aid was like one of the funniest things we've ever done on BSP.
That was in my act, actually. Like, I used to do that on stage.
That was a good one.
For those who don't know, was it After Hours or is it like in an old episode?
I do not remember.
I was just talking about how the fact... Okay, so you guys know the cult, the Jim Jones, Jonestown cult. They drank poison Flavor Aid, and everyone says it was Kool-Aid, and like the whole part of the zeitgeist is like, wow, those guys really drank the Kool-Aid, but it was Flavor Aid. And I did this bit about the CEO of Flavor Aid getting woken up by a call in the middle of the night, where someone's like, someone drank our delicious fruit punch beverage mixed with poison, and 200 people are dead, including a U.S. senator. He's like, my God. In 4 hours, every newscaster in America is going to be saying the name Flavor Aid. And then he wakes up and turns on the news. They're like, some cultists drank some poison Kool-Aid. He's like, no! It was Flavor Aid. God, what do we have to do as a company to get out of Kool-Aid's shadow? My God, we were first to market. It would have been free advertising. It was free advertising for Kool-Aid, and they didn't even do anything.
We don't really get to do much damage to this guy, unfortunately.
Yep, we're a Thorns deck.
See ya.
Well, actually, Kool-Aid, I think they stopped doing this because they realized they were giving alcohol to children. But they were called Kool-Aid coolers. They were meant to be consumed room temperature.
What?
So you know the Kool-Aid things in like the little plastic bottle with like the tip is...
Yeah.
You know, you could buy like for 10 cents, you could buy like a Kool-Aid pouch, or you could buy like these plastic bottles that you just pop the top off.
Yeah, I remember those.
It came in those. They were called Kool-Aid coolers. They had menthol in them, so they tasted cold. The menthol like evaporated rapidly in your mouth and took some heat with it, so it tasted cold. Yeah. Just a little hint of menthol for the kids.
I think I remember those existed. Like, I think I remember my mom getting those after like soccer practice or some shit. Like,
well, they had Kool-Aid just in those regular bottles, but they were specifically called Kool-Aid coolers or Kool-Aid chillers or something like that.
When did these get... how long did
Probably
this last?
1998 to 1998, because they had fucking menthol in them.
Alright, hang on. Kool-Aid coolers. You can... I mean, you can't buy them. They're now called Kool-Aid Bursts.
They still have them?
I mean, I assume they don't have alcohol in them, but like...
What exactly made the Kool-Aid Arctic Green Apple Cooling? Usually
coolers. Some
menthol or... I'm reading a Reddit post. That's not information. Kool-Aid Ice Cool? Maybe that's what they were called.
I'm just finding a bunch of like DIY Pinterest posts about how to add vodka to your Kool-Aid. I don't know. I will deal with that at some point. This is strength scaling on a card? Gain 1 strength and 1 artifact for 2 attack. Add a random attack card to your hand.
Hey kids, what's better than Kool-Aid? Ice Kool-Aid! Alright. You're drinking menthol.
Or we can just
and if menthol wasn't delicious and refreshing, they wouldn't put it in cigarettes. Time bomb.
This seems not good. It's just you have to wait 2 turns to deal AoE.
22 AoE. I mean, that would be better Act 1, obviously.
Yeah, this is fine Act 1, but
Everclear to Capri Sun would be quite good. Dude, I don't care. I don't care about any of these cards.
Calipers!
Study the Splice? Oh, fuck. We gotta take those calipers. I don't think we have a choice.
Okay, scaling the city, you notice the wall covered in the writing of ancients as you try to wrap your hand, blah, blah, blah. Add brace 2 to all your strikes and defends.
That seems better than upgrading them.
I think I agree, considering we want to remove our strikes. We already have...
2 of our defense are already upgraded.
If you are a peg, endure the knocking. If you are a mallet, strike. That sounds like a...
If you're being pegged,
that sounds like it's on Noah Bradley's wallpaper. Like, we can hit...
Hi everyone, I'm Corbin Hostler from the Brainstorm Brewery podcast. I'm here to talk to you about why strap-on porn doesn't have a more mainstream appeal.
Oh, I thought there was more to that.
No.
I heard
What
you
you
say.
say? Be like, no. Why don't more people like strap-on porn?
I heard you say I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is why strap-on porn. And I just immediately hit the highlight button on my stream deck. I was like, this is gonna be good. Whatever.
Well,
I guess we can defensive potion roll attack, and it'll brace us a lot.
I don't think it is not I don't think it's not reasonable and interesting to discuss that, though. Oh boy, we're channeling our fireballs for strap-on porn? All right. Well, you've redeemed the channel pint, so I suppose I have no choice. Hey, everybody. Jason Alt here on behalf of all of Brainstorm Brewery, not just myself, but the other two hosts as well. Here to talk to you about... Do you like straps? Do you like them being on things? How about pornography? Everybody likes pornography. Well, what if I could combine the magic of strapping things and putting them on other things into a genre of pornography that turns a boring old vanilla male-on-female hetero scene into a fun, wacky, there's a few more dicks on the dance floor sort of a situation? Well, with strap-on porn, you can have the best of both worlds. That's what actually the first strap-on porn video ever was called. It was called The Best of Both Worlds. You can have a shameful kind of pornography that you don't talk about, but that's kind of like all the other pornography. Strap-on porn is not inherently more or less shameful than any other porn, because as much as you're like, I don't want anyone to know if I'm into strap-on porn, would you want anyone knowing what other kind of porn you're into? Exactly, you wouldn't. So the fact that it's shameful doesn't matter, because no one will ever know except you. You'll know that you watched a movie called The Best of Both Worlds 4, and you won't be lost if you didn't see the first 3 Best of Both Worlds movies, because here's a hint, they were strap-on porn. So there's all kinds of strap-on porn. There's lady with the strap-on guy, lady with a strap-on girl, guy with a strap-on that's bigger than his regular dick on girl. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do with strap-on porn. So come on down to... hang on. Yep, I've just found out our channel's been demonetized. Well, it was a good pitch while it lasted. But you should be more open-minded. Yeah, Sapphire Key. You could have 2 people with a strap-on sword fighting. That'd be fun, right? Wouldn't you love some sword fighting? On guard. Some swashbuckling. That's... How do you attach a strap-on to someone's body? With a swashbuckle! That's only funny if you know that they're about to sword fight with it, but we know that because... Look, it's 2021. We're all going to die in the climate apocalypse. Why not watch some new kind of pornography you might like? And if you don't like it, fine. You don't get an award for not liking strap-on porn. That doesn't make you better than anybody else. So it's all upside. Either you like it or like you're neutral. You feel exactly like you did before. That sounds like a win-win to me. It sounds like the best of both worlds. Which, again, I can't stress enough, is a series of 49 movies, starting with Betamax and going up all the way through Laserdisc into a stream-only sort of a thing. So if you want 49 different Best of Both Worlds movies to get caught up on, starting in the 70s, there's a lot of pubic hair on those initial ones. Like, you couldn't even see the base of the strap-on. There was so many 70s pubes. But now everyone's shaved up and looking real athletic. So come on down to... hang on. Our Patreon has been shut down for a TOS violation. Did we get money for this, or did we do this for channel points?
We
just lost 7 viewers. All right.
We did
it.
100% worth it.
Good. Don't come back, prudes. Don't come back till you're willing to take one for the team. I'm not even drunk. That's the embarrassing part. We don't need them. We don't need prudes. Oh man, we would go full Hambly if we got in trouble for that shit, right? Wouldn't we? We'd be like, they'll let girls be in hot tubs, but we can't talk about pegging? It's not fair. The Last Jedi sucked. DJ, stop bringing up The Last Jedi.
What?
But we're angry about society's changing. We gotta talk about how it's Brie Larson's fault we got demonetized. Oh, I don't know what's appropriate to talk about anymore. As a person, I'm not a good father.
It's a hard line to draw, man.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure I'm going to raise a weird little girl. For sure. She's a weird kid, man. She's too smart. It's going to be a problem for her. Do we care about Crystal Ward? Okay.
I mean, we have a lot of empty sockets, I think.
Well, let's socket them up. That's what they say at the beginning of Best of Both Worlds 5.
Here.
Do we want to...
I think we want to gain the dexterity.
Well, can't we do both?
Yeah. Well, we don't have, it's money. We don't have the money to do both, but yes.
Oh.
So we can do this, then this.
It's actually Milquetoast. It was based on a guy named Casper Milquetoast from, like, a 1930s newspaper comic. So now you know. That's just a thing I know from when I used to watch Jeopardy, but not anymore. Can you fucking believe they had, like, everyone on the planet host Jeopardy for 2 weeks, and they're like, nah, we're gonna go with the EP from Beauty and the Geek. Get the fuck out of here. I'm so mad.
Wait, so was the deciding choice controversial?
Yeah, they just picked a guy who's, like, just a CBS executive producer.
Oh, wow, that's...
Yeah, it was just a career move for some fucking suit. Yeah.
That's no good.
Yep. Like, the fucking... Who was it? Aaron Rodgers? Some football dipshit. He would have been better. Like, everybody they had do it would have been better. Like, the guy... His name's Mike Richards. I know that because that's Kramer's name. The guy he did fine. He wasn't terrible, but it's like, you could have LeVar Burton. So, like, I don't know. It makes no sense to me. But also, no one who likes LeVar Burton still watches Jeopardy. So, who knows? I won't pretend I watch Jeopardy. I wouldn't even know how. If you put a gun to my head and handed me my TV remote, it's like, I'll pull your fucking brains out right now if you don't turn on Jeopardy. I'd be like, I'll go to Netflix and open up the episodes when Tim Ayton was on, I guess, and then I would get murdered because I wouldn't know how to watch Jeopardy. I was like, is it on right now? Don't you have to go watch it exactly when it's on and that's the only time? Remember those days? Remember there was a channel on TV and the only thing on that channel was what was on other channels? Do you remember that channel? It just slowly scrolled through what was on like 900 channels worth of TV. And if you missed it, you had to wait for it to scroll all the way back again. That was our lives. We were fine with that. You're like, well, I want to watch House, so I guess I'll be sitting down at my television at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday to watch fucking House. Man, those were weird. We were fine with that. We just, like, yeah, that's how you consume television. How else could you? There's no other possible way to do it. And then for 5 years, they're like, we're going to use technology so you don't have to sit down and watch it. It's like, oh, yeah, I can watch what I want whenever? Yeah, provided you recorded it first. It's like... So you invented the tapeless VCR, is what you did. You know what? We've made some amazing technological strides in my lifetime. Vis-a-vis watching just stupid bullshit on television. And now you can binge watch. And if it sounds kind of like drug behavior, it's because it is. Did you look up the milquetoast thing, and that's how you know what an egg corn is, or did you know what an egg corn was, but not about Casper milquetoast?
I have no idea.
You knew before? Oh, okay. Makes sense.
This ritual dagger is getting up there.
Why is it called an egg corn? Because of acorn? 3 temp thorns doesn't suck.
Yeah, I'm planning on putting the citrine and the tourmaline into the rare.
It's tourmaline. Why would you say citrine and tourmaline?
Because they
both end in the same 3 letters.
You know, okay, so like that doesn't mean anything in English. Like I can accept that I mispronounced that one, but like English is a cruel language.
Yeah, it sure is. To people who don't speak it natively, do you not speak it natively?
I didn't when I was born.
Good point. Yep, just we take some things for granted.
Met slightly.
Female is an egg corn? What? Female? You gotta explain to me how the word female is an egg corn, sir. Can't just say drop some outrageous shit like that in our chat and then walk away. Translated from the French femelle. I've never heard the French word femelle. Is that like an anachronism? Like a super old French word they don't use anymore? You're learning so much looking up stuff, doing fucking homework when you should be watching us play this. All because I corrected you. Wasn't worth it. I won't do it again.
We're up to 95, 85, 79 block. We are definitely getting up there in the block department. I'm just pressing buttons at this point.
Is that a department?
I think so. Well, there's our ritual dagger.
Plunge it into his heart! Why plunge the ritual dagger into his heart? Why not an axe? Because it's dollar, you idiot. It would hurt more. Yeah. Robin Hood, motherfuckers.
I don't think we need... Maybe we could use a gem? We do have a... I think we have a socket for it.
I don't study language anymore because language just bums me out. They're like, did you know that the name for food is classist? And I'm like, oh god, how is this classist? And they're like, chicken is the same name as the animal, as the meat, because poor people ate it, but mutton and beef and other, like, more expensive meat was not the name of the animal, so the aristocracy were removed from the fact that they were eating. Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
So any food that poor people ate, you know, like chicken or lobster, was the same name as the animal and the meat were the same name because they didn't care if poor people were sad.
Like caviar isn't just like fish egg, I guess. Is that the same? Like
no, that's a different thing. But also, caviar was peasant food for a long time.
I did not know that.
There's like, here, have some shitty fish eggs, you poor fuck. And they're like, it's so salty. You're like, eat it with a little toast wedge. You fucking poor. And they're like, I actually don't hate this that much. They're like, oh, fuck, give that back. Same thing with lobster. There were prisoners at a prison in Maine that, like, revolted because they were getting too much lobster. They're like, you can't give us lobster 3 days a week. This is bullshit. We're men, not animals.
That's really funny to me for some reason.
Yeah, ribs were peasant food. I can say peasant food, right? That's okay,
sure.
right?
Yeah, I have to assume so. Like, you said strap-on porn. I think peasant food is...
Yeah, but like, nobody's offended by strap-on porn. Like, only prudes are offended by strap-on porn. I don't want to, like, say something super classist. Because I thought it was okay to say. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings unless they're offended by strap-on porn, in which case it's like, it doesn't affect you. Everyone is consenting in that situation. You hear about the Bavarian king that has potatoes guarded so they would be highly sought and stolen? Man, that's dope. That's such a good idea. I wonder if there's any validity to that story, if it's some, like, fucking riddle some dude came up with. King Frederick II of Prussia. Okay, so what was a real dude? That's cool. See, I don't hear about stories like that where someone did something smart. I only hear about the stories where someone did something stupid. Where they're like, there's too many snakes in India. And they're like, well, what if we just have a ransom for every snake skin they bring in? They're like, well, there's more snakes now because they're breeding the snakes. It's like, fuck, we'll stop paying for snake hides if they're breeding them. Yeah, they let all the snakes they were breeding go. Now there were more snakes than before. We did it. I love stories like that. They couldn't get people to eat potatoes because they look like rocks. Well, good point.
What's the, like, Mao, like, killed every sparrow in China or something like that, so he nearly killed the population because they were... Something like that.
Were they pollinators or something? Yeah.
It was like the sparrows were eating, like, the bugs that were killing the crops.
Oh, yeah, they're controlling pests. That makes sense, yeah. So, sparrows are bad luck. Same thing with cats. They're like, cats are bad luck, and it's like, okay, now we have the plague. You did it. Man, we have 28 health going into the boss.
Yeah, and it's silent, which we've never actually seen before. And I also don't have a lot of block this turn.
Block doesn't help against silent, who's going to poison us. We are just going to get shit on.
We have a lot of artifact, though. We have artifact charges.
Yeah, all right.
And if she has shivs, then she is going to,
Get shifted on? Yeah. Every fig contains a dead wasp.
Wait, what?
Every fig contains it. That's how they're pollinated. A wasp goes into the fig and then just dies in there and gets dissolved. So, like, those little crunchy, little gritty pieces inside Fig Newtons, that's dead wasp, baby!
I mean, like, I don't eat figs on the regular, but I think I'm less likely to start now.
Do we know how caustic the fruit of a cashew is? Man, cashews are garbage. They're garbage nuts. Why do they exist? Who needs a cashew? You're a fig man? What? Just say you like figs. Don't say I'm a fig man.
So we have...
Cashews are the best nuts. Oh, sweetie, no.
I mean, pistachios are the worst nut, right?
What? Pistachios they're money.
Aren't they, like, super bad for the environment?
All nuts are super bad for the environment, and it's almonds that are probably the worst. I think maybe it is pistachios. A lot of nuts are like, yeah, it's California grows all of our nuts. Well, isn't that a terrible place to grow them? Yeah.
And there's like one family that owns like most of the production for it.
Is it 4 gallons of water per almond or something insane like that?
Yeah, almonds take 4 gallons of water to grow. Jesus.
For one almond, yeah.
That is no good.
But they taste real good. Yeah, we're going to have to if we have to start paying what water should cost for water, we are not going to be able to eat the food we eat. It's going to be pretty nuts. But don't worry, water is coming soon to a shoreline near you.
Wait, how did I take damage? I thought it was for blocking.
No.
Wait, what is this? That's her after image?
That's pretty cool.
Alright, so we need to we're full blocking this turn.
Get some thorns, baby!
Do I dupe potion this? I'm gonna dupe potion this. And... oh, I almost just knocked over a big stack of cards. I almost pulled a I almost 9/11 to my desk. Does it matter?
I just talked about strap-on porn. I'm not sure you can use 9/11 as a verb.
So wait, that one was fake or something? I don't know.
That's the after image. I won't pretend to know what's going on. Dude, Nestle can fuck off. They're stealing water from Lake Michigan and they're putting it in a plastic bottle. Like, none of that's good. Oh, and Nestle is like petitioning governments to make it so people can't harvest rainwater in like poor countries. Fuck Nestle.
I know they also like got like mothers in developing countries, like they got their
hooked on
babies,
formula.
Like, yeah.
Yep. You believe it? These women are just getting free drinks out of the titties? Not on Nestle's watch.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
But we know where all their buildings are, and we know the names of like their executives, and they are not afraid to be murdered. That's the crazy thing. I'm not advocating murdering CEOs. I'm advocating them making decisions based on the premise that they could be murdered if what they do is too fucked up. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying we should kill CEOs. I'm saying that it should be a possibility in their minds.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm not saying kill all the CEOs. I'm saying if you killed 2 or 3, the rest of them would be like, all right, maybe we'll do some shit a little differently now. Maybe not, but...
So we're being attacked for 6x5, but we have 47 block and 27 thorns.
27 thorns. Yeah, we're gonna... Are we keeping those thorns at the end of the turn?
Not all. I mean, they're sticking for this attack. They're not...
okay, so he's dead.
Almost, I think.
So what's 6 times 27? 120 plus 40. That's 162 damage.
And they are silent is not doing anything. So this after image thing is kind of cool. Every turn I have to like pick a fake one. And it could be fake, it could be real.
Yeah, man, that's cool. That's real cool. Actually, when you hit the real one, the fake one went away, so
yeah.
I think you just... I was just thinking that thought today, and it had nothing to do with Nestle. It was the fact that, like, Kalamazoo used to have an Alamo Draft House, and then, like, some dude just decided he's like, I don't want to renew Alamo Draft House's lease. Could get more money selling this space to an AMC theater. And so they built an AMC theater where our Alamo Draft House used to be, and they tore out all the beer taps. They kept, like, 3 beer taps, and that's it, out of, like, the 50 that were there before. And... like, nobody went because they were mad that's not an Alamo anymore, so the AMC's out of business, and now there's no movie theater downtown. And it's like, some asshole just decided he could make, like, a couple fucking $100,000 making everybody else's life worse, and, like, he sleeps like a baby. And that fucking pisses me off, man, because he lives in our town. We can just go find that guy and ask him why he did it, but, like, no one does stuff like that, so they're not afraid. But there are more of us than there are of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they gave us Hulu, so we're like, I'm just going to go watch Archer, and then we don't commit violent, bloody insurrection against the capitalist ruling class.
Allegedly. Allegedly, according to our monitors. Allegedly.
Kind of sucks, because the right is motivated to do that kind of stuff, but, like, no one is pointing them in a good direction. What if we could harness that energy? Be like... Nestle is putting 5G in the water, and they'll be like, we gotta stop the water. You know, the CEO of Nestle is actually the one who made the election results go for Biden, so...